Hi, my name is Vince Palco. I'm the creator of AdTunes Video Sales Letters, a breakthrough new type of online sales video. My clients have begged me to keep this a secret because they've experienced 20%, 30%, 85%, even 200% boosts in response after using AdTunes VSLs. Based on that track record, I know AdTunes VSLs can help you not just reach your current business goals for conversion rates, lead generation, or profits, but also allow you to set the bar much higher than you thought possible. You can make more money, a lot more money in your business by making just this one change. Take a look at this.
Hey, my name is Russell Brunson from dotcomsecrets.com, and I want to make a really quick video to tell you about my experience with Vince and the sketch video he did for us. And you kind of see back here in the background, the first time I ever heard or even seen a video like this, I saw Mike Geary's Truth About Abs product. And at first I thought it was really cool, it was engaging. I actually ended up buying the product after watching the whole video, which is kind of funny because I'd seen the video probably 10 times, but the sketched out one actually got me to watch the entire video and buy. And so I was really excited by that, and so I think the next day one of my friends emailed me and told me some of the stats and the results behind the video, and I was blown away with it. So I immediately found out Vince's email address. I never met him prior to that. I emailed him, asked him how quickly he could work on a project for us, and the next night I sent him a script and I had a voiceover, and within a week we had our first video back, and you can see it here in the background. And we did it for a webinar registration page. In our market, there's so many people doing so much stuff, and I wanted something that was different, that was unique, that would be kind of a big pattern interrupt, that would just make, stick out like a sore thumb and be different for people. And so when we first launched this, the very first month we were averaging over a 57% opt-in rate for our list and for a bunch of our partners' lists as well, which is unheard of in our industry. It was amazing. And so we did this, and in the last 4 months since we were running this webinar, we've grossed over $1 million in sales, and a huge percentage of that obviously is because our page is converting so good, and I really credit Vince for the amazing job he did on this and the creativity brought to it. And he created something that got people engaged. I think it's the best engagement device I've ever seen, to get someone interested in the video, but then sucks them in, and by the end of it, they've heard every single word in your copy. They're a part of it, and it's so much easier to get that person to want to take action when they've been that engaged in your sales message. So if any of you guys are looking at something like this, I highly recommend it. It's made me a lot of money, and I'm sure it's going to make me a lot of money in the future as well. Thanks, Vince, so much for all you do and for what you did with .com Secrets Local.
Now, what exactly are AdTunes Video Sales Letters, you may be wondering? Let me show you. Here's a standard, boring, text-only sales video on one side that's basically created in PowerPoint, with the AdTunes Video Sales Letter on the right side.
Assaulted. What is a woman to do? We say, fight back. But how do you fight back? Did you know that there is a rare art of jiu-jitsu that is the only martial art in the world that can teach a woman to effectively defend themselves from a violent attack, even if the attacker is much larger than you? This is not some form of karate or your regular YMCA self-defense program for women. Every women's self-defense program says they are the best.
If you are unemployed, if you are broke, if you are in between careers, if you are not enjoying your life, if you are struggling to make ends meet, if you are living week to week, if you are having marital problems or stress because of money, if you're hating your job, if you're unable to retire, again, because you're broke, or you just plain old don't know how to make money, then you are in the right place right now. For 10 years, I spun my wheels in the corporate hamster wheel, only to find myself laid off, broke, and bankrupt. I was at the mercy of the quote-unquote system, and frankly it chewed me up and spit me out like bad bubble gum.
It was an ordinary Friday night. My youngest daughter, Sophie, crawled into bed with us. This was something my wife, Chris, and I became accustomed to over the years with raising 4 kids. The usual routine was for me to put the kids back into bed, as I could always fall asleep after any disturbance, and my wife couldn't. I looked at the clock to see it was 1 a.m. For some reason this night, I just rolled back over and went back to sleep, not returning Sophie to her room. Next thing I know, I'm awakened by my daughter shaking in my back. I look at the clock, it was 4:45. She must be dreaming, I thought. I called her name for her to stop, but it continued. At this point, my wife and I were both awake, and I turned on the light. Sophie was having a seizure. Being in the health field, I've seen my share of health-related events, but this was the most frightening thing my wife and I have ever experienced. She came out of it after what seemed like an eternity, when in reality it was about 45 seconds. We rushed her to the hospital, and they ran the gamut of tests. All the tests came back normal, and we were sent home being told that 95% of kids will have a seizure and never have another. Sophie had 2 more seizures that day.
That, my friend, is a picture of a very well-fed kitty cat. You might think it's odd that a cat like that has anything to do with building huge amounts of wealth. But believe it or not, knowing a bit about this picture can make you wealthy in just about any economy. That probably sounds really weird, but stick with me and I'll show you the connection in just a minute. The bad news is that you've been screwed, and you've been deceived. You've been tricked into believing that there are certain things you need to do to be successful in our world. But as anyone can see by looking at the current state of the economy, this old way of doing things simply isn't working. And yet, the bankers and the politicians seem to be making out just fine. In fact, some would even say they're prospering. So what in the world does the picture of the cat I showed you have to do with all of this? And what does it have to do with your ability to build large amounts of wealth? Well, that animal is what you might call a fat cat. The greed of the big bankers, along with the help of the fat cats in Washington, have made things pretty hard for the guy who's just trying to make ends meet. The government can just print more money to take care of its problems, but that option isn't really available to folks like you and me.
As you can see, our version is much more dynamic. My team and I draw cartoons that illustrate the copy being narrated on a whiteboard. Can you see the difference? Can you feel the difference? I bet if you're like most, your eyes drifted to the right part of the screen the whole time, didn't they? All because of one change: the visual element. It's all about first tapping into the viewer's emotions, which, as a marketer, you know is what makes people want to buy. But then, to seal the deal and get the sale, you also have to appeal to the logical side and connect the dots for viewers. That's what AdTunes do too, and it's a key component of their success. It sounds crazy that some illustrations can make such a big difference, but they do. And they've done it over and over again, bringing in more cash, more leads for my clients. But just why do they work? Can some cartoons really change the way you market your business? Think of it this way. Your prospects are bombarded with marketing messages. They're tempted by their Facebook accounts every second they're online, not to mention instant messages, emails, and all sorts of other distractions. How can you break through that? By doing something new, different, something your prospects can't help but look at and can't take their eyes off of. And it's not just an artist standing in front of a whiteboard throwing up what appear to be funny and quirky illustrations. No, it's working on a deeper level. Pictures speak to your prospects' emotions a lot better than words, paragraphs, or lines of text. People love to watch artists create, and with these videos they keep guessing what's coming next. And they have to keep watching to find out. It's a marketer's dream. Based on my track record, I know that AdTunes can help your business boost response. Whether your goal is lead generation, creating hot lists for webinars, or direct sales, AdTunes work in just about any direct response marketing niche. My clients sell fitness programs, business opportunity products, coaching programs, books, and they also use these videos to just promote their website and business in general. We even have a client who sells a product that teaches you how to deal with toddlers. They've all experienced incredible results with AdTunes VSLs, as you'll see in just a moment. Now at this point you may be wondering about the nuts and bolts of creating an AdTunes sales video for your business. It may seem like a lot of work, and it is, on our end at least. But with so many years of experience in putting out AdTunes, we have the process streamlined. So your response boosting video is in your hands in 3 weeks or less, depending on the length of the narration. from inception to final completion. And let me make one thing clear. My team and I do all the heavy lifting. We take care of everything. When you decide to try using AdTunes in your marketing, we are your full service agency. And you know those incredible results I mentioned at the beginning? I'd like you to hear directly from my clients how AdTunes boosted response, boosted previous controls, and led to tremendous breakthroughs in their businesses.
Hey, it's Dave Levinsky from GrowthInc, and I wanted to talk to you briefly about Vince and AdTunes and my company and how we've used them, because it may be right for your company. So my company, GrowthInc, we've been developing business plans for entrepreneurs and helping raise capital for many years, since 1999. A few years ago, we started selling our business plan template to allow entrepreneurs to quickly and easily develop their business plans. Our core piece of marketing collateral or sales collateral has been a video sales letter, a traditional one. And I was in a meeting in a mastermind group that I'm part of, and one of the other members said, hey, you really got to try AdTunes, their VSL. It's much more engaging, interactive, exciting. And so I looked at it and I said, I agreed. It's definitely a lot cooler. I was a little bit skeptical, is that going to outperform the video sales letter that I'm currently doing? But I looked at it as, from what I'm doing, I'm spending a ridiculous amount. I'm spending, 6 figures a month on Google advertising alone. So I looked at my conversion rate. If I can just increase my conversion rate, I ran the numbers. I'm very mathematical like that. I said, if I just increase the conversion rate by X percent, X for me was only about 8%, then it pays for itself, within a couple of weeks. So it's an incredible ROI if it worked. So I decided to go ahead with it. I went ahead with Vince and AdTunes, and they developed our video sales letter using his AdTunes. And so what we did very methodically, we split tested, A/B testing our old video sales letter versus the new AdTunes version. We tested it on numerous keywords and numerous domains, everything across the board. Initially, within a month, we're seeing 32% increases in conversion rates, and so it was a clear winner. It just outperformed. Period. So right now, it's great. We're getting more sales, more upsells, etc. And so it's been a huge success story for us. So I definitely recommend it. And the one thing I didn't fully understand when I first did is that what Vince does, if you already have a video sales letter, he used the same audio track. So it's like from a testing perspective, you're keeping that constant, the audio track constant. So if you already have a VSL that's at least working, the audio is working. So I thought it was really cool how he used my audio track. He gave me the sketches before he actually did the video. He actually, drew them out and sent them to me. I okayed them. I modified a couple of them, and then he redid them, shot it. The whole process was fairly quick and painless, and a massive ROI. So I clearly highly recommend Vince. I'm going to ask him to do more video sales letters for my other products.
Hey, I'm Chris Thompson from TalkingToToddlers.com, and I wanted to share my story about using Vince Palco and AdTunes.com. Basically what happened is I hired Vince to recreate my video sales letter to help me sell more product and help more families. And it worked out tremendously well, so I thought I'd share some of the numbers with you here. I had my own video sales letter, and it was 19 minutes long, and I recorded the audio myself, wrote the script myself, and then I just made slides in PowerPoint to, it was the ugly video sales letter formula where you've got words on the screen that match what you're saying. And so it's not that interesting of a video, but it was working reasonably well. Anyway, Vince built a new cartoon video sales letter, and he used my existing MP3 audio. So we only changed the video component of the video sales letter, and then I split test his video versus my old video. And over 2 weeks, here are the results. Vince's video converted at 244% better than my control video. And 23% of the people who were watching that video watched it all the way to the end, whereas previously only 14% of the people were watching it to the end. So when I look at those numbers, there's no doubt in my mind that people are interested in watching these cartoon video sales letters. They keep you engaged, they keep you watching to the end, and they improve your chance of having buyers at the end of the video. So Vince, thanks very much for what you've done in my business. It's really helped me, and there's no question in my mind that I feel comfortable recommending you.
Hey, my name is Tom Karadza from Rockstar Real Estate, and I want to give you a bit of a background of our experience with AdTunes and Vince. And we run a brokerage just outside Toronto, Ontario, Canada. We've been doing this since 2006. We're big believers in direct response marketing and direct mail, so online and offline. We pretty much test everything that comes our way. We've been spending money on Google AdWords for years now. We have tons of experience doing A/B split tests on all our marketing. So when someone told us, have you tested out Vince, or have you heard of Vince and AdTunes and tested him out and what he does with these kind of cartoon sketches, is I think the way it was described to me, I was kind of dumbfounded, didn't know what to say, and I doubted everything until we reached out and tested him, because so many high marketers that we respect really highly were having good results with him. We reached out to him and we did one of his videos, an AdTune video, on our main squeeze page that we measure meticulously and do tons of A/B split testing on. And to our surprise and shock, we got a 21% increase in response, and that is a big deal for us. We've done a lot of A/B split tests, and so testing our main page against other pages and other videos, and to get even a 5% increase is a big deal for us. So to get a 21% increase on our main squeeze page for new leads into our business has a huge return on investment. So measurable dollars that means to us. So we were blown away. If you're thinking about using it, AdTunes and Vince, we'd highly recommend it. The nice thing about it is he doesn't even replace the audio that you have on your site. He just makes a new video using his cartoon sketching and maps it directly to the audio that you already have on your site, if you're already marketing in it. And if you're not, he takes your audio and maps it really nicely to his AdTune sketch. So we highly recommend Vince. We're really pleased, and I'm sure we'll be reaching out to him again on other pages, or to try to beat the one that he already beat for us. So that's it. Hope you find that useful. Take care.
So are you ready to create something dynamic for your business? I know you are. Otherwise, you would have been gone a long time ago. Below you'll find a few of our many samples done for our clients. And when you're ready, simply fill out the form below so we can get started. A representative will respond to your request within 48 hours, if not sooner. On the call, we will walk you through our process, show you the amazing results we're getting for our clients, and answer any questions you might have about securing one of these game changers for your business. If you too want to dominate your market, then fill out the form below, and we will see you on the other side. That's right. Fill out the form below. It'll only take 3 minutes of your time, and you'll be glad you did.